All right. Hello, hello. I do love those sound effects. Hello, everybody. Who's out there? I see Nancy. There seems to be a couple of you out there. You can say hello if you'd like. Let me know where you're watching from. My name is Mitchell Osborn. I'm a psychic medium, tarot, and Lenormand card reader, and also mindfulness transformation coach. If you don't know my mindfulness stuff, you know, I, that's one of my loves as well as a personal practice. Mindfulness usually will lead to either like eye movement therapy, neurolinguistic programming, EFT tapping, and hypnosis. I have 500 hours of as a trained hypnotherapist. But so if you ever want to talk about, session, it's a lot of more coaching and stuff like that. I work with your 5 dimensions of wellness. So it's kind of a 5D coaching. Hello, Mel, Willie Hermit, Nancy, good to see you. Hey, Karina. Oh my gosh. Hello. How are you? So, like I said, if you want to let me know where you're watching from, that would be wonderful. But you don't have to. You can just be the fly on the wall watching. No big deal. And I got to say, where's Scott? He messaged earlier on another video just kind of saying, hey, and I said, I'll see you soon. But I imagine he's busy or something because Scott would be here. Nancy, where's Scott? So, hey, MA, Shelf-ish Tarot, I love it. Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. So, what we're going to do here, this is going to be, I'm going to just, it's this past life spread that I kind of created. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Not really going to do any readings or anything. I may, if you want to throw the cards once we get to it, you can, and we can discuss that. But this, we may just be here about 25, 30 minutes. But yeah, so yeah, Karina's in Norway. So Karina, we were this close to doing the Baltic Sea cruise, and now we're looking at another one that it's called like the Norway. I can tell you what it is. It's like the Norway experience. We're just trying to figure it out. Adriatic Dream. Oh, the best of Norway. We would leave from like Amsterdam and hit a bunch of cities in Norway, which would be like September, a year from now. So anyway, so yeah, right. Where is Scott? Scott's usually first hitter, but Nancy beat him here. So yay! All right, so I would love to know if you're watching in the archive. Hello, everybody. You can still say something in the things. If you tag me, then I'll see it. But I usually reply to everything. So I'm a hypnotherapist, and I love past life readings. I'm past life regressions. I've done them myself. Had an amazing past life regression where I was one of my first, hypnosis sessions. I was on a beach. It was very monk-like. I knew I was number 9 of 12, and we sat around a square table with three on each side. And these crystals, which I'm trying to see if I have these crystals, and a lot of them were, like selenite or just clear quartz. They were wiggling like worms up on the beach, and it was my job to collect them. But it was such a real experience. And I remember even like the person, my hypnotist said, okay, well, tell those people you're coming back. And I laughed. And she's like, why are you laughing? I'm like, well, they heard you. And my conscious mind up here was like, what the heck is going on? Like, I was separate from what I was seeing. So it was just such a powerful experience. So I tell that because I do past life regressions. I've been in past life regression and done them individually, done them in group. And I shied away from past life tarot readings. I don't know why. Probably because anytime I did like animal communication, which is a big part of my business, or mediumship, which is another big component that I do a lot of, I put cards down. It's like my hand just automatically puts them down. Like someone says, "Oh, I'm curious about my father who passed away." Like the cards just go to the side. So I don't necessarily use the cards because I feel like what it feels like to me, it's this is just how I can explain it in my human brain. It's almost like the cards don't travel to the other side; they're physical here. Now, on the other side, if I'm connecting, I may be shown an image of like the Queen of Cups, so I have a little bit of better understanding. So I'll get the images a lot of times. And oh, thanks, Nancy. Yeah, tell them we're checking on him. Oh, Karina, thanks. Um, so yeah, so recently I did. Oh, and to finish the story, I knew I was in Atlantis. I knew I was holding back information. I knew the destruction that was coming and didn't say anything. And it's funny because I wouldn't even say to my hypnotherapist, like, she's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm at a beach." I didn't want to say I knew I was in Atlantis. It's like I was still keeping it a secret. And and a lot of hypnotherapists who do past life regressions, they really don't want to take you into a past life unless it's going to work on the current life, what's going on here. Hey, Wandering Mountain. Hey, Cheryl. Good morning. Good morning. But I'm fine with just what we call past life tourism. So if you want to do a past life tourism to see what it's like, let's do it. It often can be very helpful. Sometimes it just builds the belief. So I say all that because I knew in this lifetime, more of my job was to be out front, to speak out, to be a leader and not just the second in command. I was always felt like I was the advisor to the king, the advisor to the leader, however you want to look at it, not like king or anything crazy like that. But I don't always felt like I was the advisor and only was told, only I tell them the information and they disperse it to the masses. And I was not the one dispersing it to the masses. So I feel like that's part of my job now. Anyway, so let's see. Benabel Wynn at a reader studio a couple years ago did an amazing kind of like past life spread, and it was high level, kind of very intellectual, because that's how she kind of rolls and works. I've seen some other people do kind of like past life and even mediumship stuff with cards, and just never worked with me. That's when it did feel a little bit more like a crutch. But so Kim Danbert, who's over at Merritt Island Book and Bead, Book and Crystal Bead Shop. I go over there probably once or twice a year and do an all-day reading for tarot spreads and stuff like that. She said, "We're doing a past life one. Do you want to create?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." So I created this spread, and of course I tried it on myself, and I was like, "What the beep?" It was really cool and really powerful. And then when I went over there to do the readings, probably out of the 15 people I saw that day, probably about 3 or 4 said, "Oh yeah, I want to do that spread." Most of the other ones said, "No, just do your thing." So, and some did a combination. So I wanted to share like where it kind of came from. So I created it. I I searched online past life spreads. I have 2 books I'm going to share, and basically I took all the stuff, threw it into a pot, and created my own. So I can't give credit to any of the online ones because I didn't keep those in my mind. But Sarah Paul wrote this book, Past Life Tarot, and I got this from Jonathan James Daly, Hawaii. He would be here, but it's really early in Hawaii. But there's a larger book, but this book is smaller and just have the spreads. Hey, Orion. So, and there were the ones in here are quite like large. They're like 15 and 20 spreads. But the one that I really liked, this is like 14 card spreads, and they didn't resonate with me at the time. I like how it's like past life card, present life card, future life card. So I like that as well. I'm trying to find the one that really resonated with me the most. But the cool thing is the questions within them became some of my jumping off points. So Past Life Tarot, Sarah Paul, the smaller version, there's a larger book. Art History Tarot for Past Lives. This by Orchid, let's see, Red Orchid Publishing. I'm trying to remember, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember the person's name who did it. Melanie Ava Hinson. So this was really cool because there's the core of the Celtic cross, which really resonated with me. And I used kind of some of the questions there. But this is the deck that comes with it. And I'm not going to use this deck because I wanted to use, simple ones. So here's the back of the deck, the red orchid. But like here is the Page of Pentacles. And the actual card is Portrait of a Young Swiss Girl, Unknown, 1800. So this is what she utilized. She used art images from the past. So this would be sister, but as you can see, it's Page of Pentacles, and then there's the portrait of a young girl, a young Swiss girl. It's unknown artist, 1800s. So this is a really cool deck for that. So the Fool, which is card 0, which is labeled as you, It is the Archangel Gabriel in the Annunciation. The artist was Lippi, 1489. Visible Woman, Queen of Wands. So you can see it's just a really cool deck. And absolutely love this deck. Don't use it for the past life readings. But don't necessarily use it for this. But just a really cool, beautiful deck that I wanted to share. So in putting all this together, and somebody arrived, so let me see who it is. Hey, Silver Star Priestess. Good morning, good morning. So I created this spread. So let me ask this: who does like quite often like past life spreads, or really buys into them or utilizes them? So let me know anybody who does them, either for clients or for yourself. I just love to know like where people are, because like I said, I was kind of sharing my background. Like I don't use them a lot, just shied away from them. But this spread, which is literally it's 12 cards. I said I don't like too big of a spreads. Hey, Elemental, it's Chris. Did I get the accent right? Probably not. Chris, I could just say your name, Chris. Chris, um, good to see you. So yeah, so this is the spread, and I've got it in a PDF so I can bring it up. So all right. So let me bring up this kind of this spread. So there is the spread. And if you want this, email me. I will send you the PDF file. Um, like anybody who creates a spread, I always just say, if you'd use it, just put my name on it as credit, but use it all you want, anywhere you want. Yeah. Hey, Wandering Mountain. Did I say hello to you already? Celtic Cross, I use them when I read someone first time. So yeah, this is not Celtic Cross. The inner part of the Celtic Cross was some of my jumping off points. So let me show you what I created, and I learned how to zoom into this today. So you can see the cards I just kind of laid up there. I didn't really put them into any specific order. Good morning, Jen B. So as you can see, um, part one was, what was your gender in the past life? Sometimes that's important, sometimes it's not. You manage the role they are, yeah. Well, my husband's Argentine, and I'm around in Central Florida. There's a lot of Latinos, so I have to learn how to roll the R. The Boricuas, the Puerto Ricans. It's a little different role, but it's still a role. So as you can see, here's the first 9 cards. So what was your gender in the past life? What was your family like in the past life? How others saw you in the past life? What were you actually like in the past life? And set the intention. It's specific to one past life period. What critical moments did you have? And this is where I don't like doing this usually, but this is where I allow for like you to pull 3 cards to have a couple critical moments. And then if you pull 1, 2, or 3, then how did you respond? Pull 1 for each of the ones you pull critical moments. And then what was the theme or life lesson? This question I love. And then I'm Pisces, so I do love death talk. So, what was your death like from this past life? That's another one that I just really like that one. I don't know why. How is this past life influencing you in your current life? Now that for me is gold and the big thing. And now then the second part of part 2, you can see how can you honor the past life in your current lifetime? Another big one, I think. The bottom 3 are the ones that I love the most. And then this part 2, how and where can you put past life wisdom to work for you in your current life? Another big thing, another reason why I probably can jump on board with this. And then what might your future look like by honoring and using the wisdom? So really, really powerful spread. So, and like I said, I will email you this, or if I can put it somewhere, I'll definitely do it. But you can kind of see the layout here. So I'm going to move this over to the side, and then I want to bring up, this is my tester. So this was my tester spread. So I'm using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. And so the first one was, so what was your gender in a past life? Well, this is a guy. It's three of coins, three of pentacles. So okay, I was male. I will be honest, anytime I've ever done a past life, anytime I've gone into meditation and felt like I was in a past life, I've always been male. I'm sure I was female. Don't know why I'm not ever connecting to them. I'm a gay male this lifetime. I don't know. Maybe I'm finally slowly transitioning and I'll start being more female lifetimes. But I also feel more connected to off planet, gender neutral or fluid beings, aliens, if you will, where there's really not a gender, maybe, more hermaphroditic, where they, can reproduce on their own. So what gender was I in this past life? I feel like I was a male. So, oh, let's see. So are you heading out? Okay, good. Um, I thought someone said they're leaving. Anyway, so what was your family like in this lifetime? So the Fool. I immediately felt like my family was kind of nomadic. Um, Travelers didn't really have a place. Maybe oh my God, I am just now realizing what I just said. I I'm having an epiphany moment here, an aha moment. This Fool, if you can see it, this Fool is floating in space. And I was way too small. And I just said, I feel more off planet. And I was thinking, oh, I'm more like nomadic, didn't really have a place, always moving. But now I'm realizing, you guys, can you tell I'm flustered? Because I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes even more sense now. My family was off planet. And then card number three, how others saw you in this lifetime, the devil. My gosh, people, I am totally blowing my own mind right now because I just was thinking, oh, they saw me as someone who, felt trapped or chained in place. But if you were an alien, people would see you as the devil, as evil, as not of this planet. My goodness, this is really blowing my mind right now. I'm glad I've got this on record. Um, so, so there I am. And then card number four, what were you actually like in this lifetime? Well, I was a Queen of Wands. This is, Aries energy. I'm a Pisces now. So it's like I was this, maybe I started a new, cycle through the zodiac, very fiery, very creative, very take charge. And then card number five, what critical moment did you experience? I got the Sun card. So it was like maybe, and I kind of thought I was burned, but the Sun card could also mean, there was a crash, the sun got in the way, or the sun killed me, or something critical moment working with that. And then card number six, how did you respond to this critical moment with the moon? So I thought that was very interesting that there were these two opposites. So a critical moment was the sun. How did I respond with the moon? Because the Sun card is, masculine, it's dynamic, it's just burning. The moon is just a reflection of the sun's energy. And then card number seven, what was the theme of this lifetime? Five of Wands. Again, this very fiery, argumentative, challenging, place. And then what was my death like from this lifetime? The Justice card, I was brought to trial, you know and then how is this lifetime influencing my current life? It's helping me to be more successful. Six of Wands. And I love that the theme of the lifetime was Five of Wands. How is it influencing me in my current lifetime? Six of Wands. So it's like I'm actually moving through the suit of Wands kind of thing. As what? That Queen of Wands, card number four, what was I actually like in this? Isn't it, Nancy? And I'm telling you, it's fascinating to me because I'm looking at this. I'm so glad I saved this spread and used it as an example, because when I do readings for clients, when you purchase a spread and I give you a spread in a YouTube video, it's unlisted, so only you can watch it. I always tell you, I need you to watch it 3 to 5 times. The first 2 times, just watch it, just absorb it. The third time, get out a notepad, write the questions, write the cards. The fourth time, pull your own cards. The fifth time, each time wait maybe a day or two. And the fifth time, just say, Spirit, show me something I haven't seen yet. So I'm experiencing what I tell my clients to do, and that is returning to a spread that I've done before, and I'm layering in even more of the work because I've changed since I first did this spread. And that's what happens with the clients as well. So again, I've never been a big fan of like going back, even though I preach it and teach it to my clients, watch this over and over and over again. So I love that I'm getting my own butt kicked right here in front of you guys. Now, the final three in the bottom, um, all right, I need to scroll this down. I'm having to scroll my notepad below. So there we go. So all right. So then the final three. Thank you, Silver Star. So the final three. How can you honor the past life in your current lifetime? King of Cups. I've said it twice now. I'm Pisces. King of Cups is a Pisces. So how can I honor the past life in this current life? Being my true self, being the King of Cups, being that Pisces energy. Which when I pulled that card, I'm sitting in a Starbucks when I did this, preparing for this, because I taught this to a group of people who were going to be reading for themselves at this event. I'm sitting in Starbucks. I'm going, are you kidding me? Tarot cards kicking my butt, calling me out right here. And then the part two, card number two, how and where can you put past life wisdom to work for you in this current lifetime? Ace of Swords. New thought, new beginning, cut out the old crap. Um, hey, Ann, I like to say let the cards marinate so you can get the full flavor of them later. Absolutely. I love the way you say that. Absolutely. Karina, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, and then finally, the final card, which was Six of Cups. Look, where's this going? What can your future look like by honoring and using this wisdom? Six of Cups, and it answered its own question because the Six of Cups is often about memories of the past, childhood things, past lifetimes. Even Six of Cups comes up for me as past lifetimes. So it's like, what can your future look like by honoring and using this wisdom? It can look like you're honoring and using this wisdom. So it was really almost like reflecting the question back at me. So really just such a powerful, cool spread. And like I said, these 12 questions, part one and part two, were an accumulation of the two books that I had and some other ones. I really try to take the people's questions and stuff and not just copy it verbatim, but put them into my own words. And then as I worked on this spread, I allowed it to, again, marinate. And I'm one of those that I learned how to edit. I used to think, oh, when you write something, it's done the first time. Like you write a whole 1,000-page book, it's done. No, you have to edit your butt off. And this is the childhood thought coming in. So Chris said, I agree. I love to pull my cards on of the day and leave them out on my desk and just glance at them now throughout the day. Yeah, very much so. I love that. So any questions, comments, concerns? I would love for you right now to pull. I'm going to take this down. I would love for you right now, if you want, to pull your own cards. Let me kind of make this big. Let me see if I can do this so you can see both of them. Yeah, you should be able to see pretty good unless you're on the tiny phone. So yeah, so if you want to pull like some of your own cards while we're here together, do it real quick. So you got 12 cards. Yes, Mel, isn't it really, really cool? And I'm gonna grab my deck and I'm gonna pull right now as well. So grab your cards if you want, and I'm gonna pull some cards. Let me scoot over so you can see me. So while you're pulling, I'll pull them and I'll talk about them so it won't be quite so boring for anybody watching in the archive. So I'm going to pull and let's see if some of the same ones come up. So shuffling my cards for this 12 card past life spread, and let's see what pops up. So for me, what was my gender? And I'll say for a different or another past life. So what was my gender? Oh, the strength card. So I love this. And this is a female with 3 cats. So definitely, female in this past life. So what was your family like in this past life? Ace of Cups. And so very emotional, maybe heart-centered, maybe healers. How others saw you in this past life. Oh, as psychics and old crones, and wise. So yeah, this could be very interesting. This could be where I'm going to be burned at the stake. Card number 4. What were you actually like in this lifetime? Okay, here we go again. once again, that alien energy, that off planet energy, and specific to this deck, this card, because it's the Fool. And then card number 5, what critical moment did you experience? Being surprised or caught off guard. This makes me feel like, someone came to my house and captured me. How did I respond to this critical moment? I danced, I partied, I embraced it. I used my wisdom of healing. So now, and that's the interesting, because at first I thought I was probably surprised and captured, but now I think maybe I was surprised and got to use my abilities for those people. So card number 7, what was the theme of this lifetime? Damn, this Temperance card. This, when I first started reading, this was my difficult card. And one day someone 2 or 3 years into me learning cards said, oh, you're having a problem with it because that's what you're going through. So what was the theme of this life, or this lesson? The Temperance card, finding balance and moderation. And how was your death like from this lifetime? Let's see, maybe I finally did find balance and knew how to balance, and I was able to live long because it's like I found the balance. I actually feel like it's a 2, so it makes me feel like I probably did go quite a ways. Does it, maybe water drowned, maybe drove a vehicle off into water, if you want to look at it a little bit more like that. Yeah, I love it. So, all right, then the final card, the top part, how is this past life influencing my current lifetime? Oh, expansion. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then how can I honor the past life in my current life? This makes me want to cry because I love the Hermit. And it's my opposite. So it's like, how can I honor it? By really, really, the Hermit is about enlightenment and wisdom. And I've really had more and more of my, I've always felt I was needed to be around people, wanted to be around people and people with people, but more and more I'm like really enjoying my quiet time with the animals, with my husband. So really interesting that that comes up. And then how and where can I put past life wisdom to work for me in this current lifetime? In my house, in my home, in my work. Yeah, so that makes sense as well. And then what might my future look like? By honoring and using this wisdom, that I will either be a teacher to the pages or continue to learn and grow myself. Continue to learn and grow myself. So very interesting. So, so anybody want to share some of their kind of highlights? You don't necessarily have to share the entire thing because it's a big spread. But any kind of aha moments for you? Maybe say what the question was and what the aha moment was. And it's almost 10 o'clock, so we'll probably hang out maybe just another 5 minutes. But let me know if you have any questions. And if you, I'm trying to think, where do you think the best place where I can get this spread to you guys if you want it? I wonder if I can do a file in YouTube. I think I can do a file there. Somebody let me know the best place to put it, and I will make sure I put it there. I'm also going to put it on my website. I've got it on my list to put that on my website today and start offering it. So your draws, one was death. So what was your gender? So Nancy, what do you feel the death card represents? What was your gender? I won't say what my first thought is. 2, which was, what was your family like? You said 5 of Pentacles. Oh, so maybe not rich at all. Maybe very poor, destitute. Card 3, how others saw you. 5 of Swords. Oh, maybe like they saw you as kind of creating your own drama, your own problems, being difficult. That's why you were poor or destitute. Card number 4, what were you actually like? And you got 5 of Cups. Nancy, Lord have mercy. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups. Did you shuffle this deck? Wow. And then card number 5, though, what critical moment? The Star card. Now that's interesting. You got 3 5s in a row, and then the Star. I love that. Oh, Emma, you're able to screenshot it. Oh, good, 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 good. Yeah, and where it is right now, you can screenshot and see the whole thing. You may not, and the layout really doesn't matter. And then Nancy, you got the Moon for number 6. So, okay, so how did you respond to the Star by the Moon? I like that because for me, that's cut progression, growth, getting lighter, brighter. And then number 7 was 3 of Pentacles. So what was the theme? Working hard, you got things done. Maybe there was some critical nature, depending on which deck you're looking at. If you're looking at Rider-Waite traditional. Card number 8 was Page of Pentacles. So what was your death like? Maybe you were young. You might have been young, like a page. And then number 9, how does it influence you? 9 of Pentacles. That's interesting. Okay, again, you're getting some of the same thing I did. You went from 8 to 9, like I went from what was it, 7 to 8. Nancy says I need to go back to bed. Ah, interesting. For the what was death like, I drew Page of Cups. Wow. So yeah, so guess I welcomed it and it was time. And the pages are students, so your death could have been young. So you look at a page as maybe being young. If you it just depends on what you feel like your vibe. And the pages are students, so maybe your death was like, well, being a student, as a student. Ethereal visions, and you shuffled. Yeah, Nancy. Well, even if you didn't shuffle, the cards can kick your butt and tell you what to do. So, so you guys, any other questions, comments, or thoughts? I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning. And I love doing these Let's Explore. What was my death like? The Tower. Oh, girl. Silver Star. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. What a card to get for what your death was like. Either thrown from a castle or just, lightning destruction. Okay, so Nancy got, so part 2. 7 of Cups. How can you honor the past life? Okay, that's an interesting one. It'd be interesting to see how you interpret that. 7 of Cups, it's almost like honor it by doing as much as you can, all those choices. Where can you put your past life wisdom to work? As the magician, absolutely, knowing you have everything you need. And what might your future look like by honoring this? Temperance, another similarity there, Nancy, you and I. Temperance, finding that balance. Mel, Willie Hermit, you are welcome. So Nancy, you think you're a woman? Thank goodness, I have more life. So Nancy, is your deck? So the ethereal vision is the devil. No, is the death card? I think that was your first one for gender. Is it a female, or do you just feel that in your gut? Yay, Silver Star. Yeah, play with it, have fun with it, use it for clients and friends. And like I said, the only thing, like I try to do with people, just always, give credit where the spread came from. I gave credit with as much as I could, even though I didn't use people's questions directly, but I used their spreads as influence to create this bigger, different one. The 7 of Cups is holding a skull, back to the death card. Okay, cool, very cool. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you for hanging with me. And as always, if you want to, support me and anybody who has YouTube channels, one of the easiest things you can do is smash the like button, you know, share, subscribe. There's some other cool things you can do. In the notes below, you can see where you can find to buy a spread. I recently got World Divination Association Best Teacher 2021, and I have an intuitive animal communication and dream interpretation on their platform. If you want to go check those out, if you want to drop a tip in the virtual tip jar, you can do that here. I'm seeing if animal. Yeah, there's my animal divination. And I'm typing in WDA dream. There's my dream. So there's my animal workshop, my dream workshop. And if you want to get a spread from me, if you want to get a spread from me, today through the end of today, I'm doing 20% off. And the code is vacation 2021. If you get it before the end of today, you get the 20% off. And I deliver those back to you in a YouTube video. It's an unlisted one, but I will get them done either today or tomorrow, pretty much, unless like 100 people buy them. Nancy, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and sign off unless there's no other comments or questions. And let me move this out of the way. I'm just going to wait about 30, 40 seconds in case anybody else does have another question or comment. Have an amazing Saturday. Thanks for being here. If you talk to Scott, tell him I said, hey, I'll probably message him later too when I get a chance, because I know he's usually here. So, all right. Namaste. Talk to you soon, probably next Saturday, because I like doing these Let's Explores on Saturdays. All right. Mel, you have a great day as well. All right. Bye, everybody.